Hello, my name is Zola. I am a student from Binus University from the International Relations program. Today I am presenting a business diplomacy proposal for Philip Morris International operating in Indonesia through PTHM Sempurna with a focus on DKI Jakarta. The main idea is simple. Sempurna is the market leader, but it is cut between two worlds. On one side, the global company wants a smoke-free future. On the other side, Indonesia's rules and public opinions are moving against tobacco. My proposal shows how Sempurna can use business diplomacy to close that gap. Let me start with the core issues. First, why Jakarta? Because Jakarta is the center of diplomacy. The main regulators are here: the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Health, BPOM, and the Parliament. It is also the biggest premium market for IQOS, the strictest area for smoke-free zones, and the home base for the national media and the anti-tobacco groups. If Sempurna can win here in Jakarta, it can shape its position for the whole country. Now the internal problems. Sempurna has 4 weaknesses inside the company. 1, its portfolio leans too much on white cigarettes, like Marlboro, and that segment is the most exposed to excise tax hikes. 2, IQOS, its smoke-free product, has no clear legal category. In Indonesia, it is not treated as a normal cigarette, but it is also not recognized as a lower risk product. 3, the fact that the parent company is foreign weakens its bargaining power against local kretek giants like Gudang Garam and Jarum. And 4, the company is financially strong, but its social license, meaning public acceptance, is getting thinner. Then the external problems. The new health regulation under Law 17 of 2023 threatens plain packaging and a ban of display at the point of sale. The excise tax has been rising by about 10% every year from 2020 to 2024. Jakarta's smoke-free zones keep expanding, shrinking the space where people can actually smoke. And new competitors are entering the same segment, like BAT with Glow, GTI with Plume, and local independent vapes. So where do the internal and external gap meet? This is the business gap, and it has 2 parts. The first is the commercial gap. Globally, PMI wants more than half of its revenue to come from smoke-free products by 2030. But in Indonesia, smoke-free products are still below 5% of Sempurna's revenue. The second is the diplomatic gap. Indonesia's rules are moving toward restriction, while Sempurna's health claims are still not accepted by the Ministry of Health. So there is a commercial gap and a legitimacy gap at the same time. One honest point: the heated tobacco market in Indonesia is still very small and early stage, so the targets in the proposal are realistic, based on the premium segment in Jakarta, not on beating mass market kretek. From 5 forces, the most important insight is this: the heaviest pressure on Sempurna does not come from its direct rivals. It comes from substitutes like vapes and quitting, and from buyer power, because premium Jakarta consumers can switch very easily. The lesson is that Sempurna cannot just compete inside the old industry. It has to actively shape a new smoke-free industry structure. From Diamond Theory, the most important insight is about the government. The government plays 2 roles that contradict each other. The Ministry of Finance likes the tobacco industry because of excise revenue. The Ministry of Health is against it for public health reasons. The split between the two ministries is the main diplomatic opening. Sampurna can offer a differentiated harm reduction excise model that satisfies both sides at once.
Yeah.
From the value chain, Sampurna's real strength is downstream in distribution and in sales and marketing, not in manufacturing. So the diplomacy must focus on retailers, regulators, and Jakarta consumers, not on the factory. And from uh, Bartlett and Gozal, Sampurna has dual mandate. It is a revenue center for conventional cigarettes and at the same time an expand center for ECOS. So every program has two jobs to do at once: defend the old business while growing the new one. Now the proposal itself. The whole work program is built on three principles. Every program must be relevant to the gap, measurable in numbers and quality, and feasible in practice. From there, I designed 6 programs across 4 pillars of diplomacy. Program 1 is the Jakarta Regulatory Engagement Initiative. This is firm to state diplomacy. The goal is to build a formal dialogue channel with regulators and to submit an evidence-based paper to the Ministry of Health so that ICOS can finally get its own regulatory category. Program 2 is ICOS Premium Retail Expansion. This is consumer diplomacy. The plan is to add more ICOS outlets in Jakarta and grow the premium user base, positioning ICOS as a premium lifestyle product. Program 3 is the Harm Reduction Policy Dialogue Forum. This is scientific diplomacy. It creates a neutral space for academics, regulators, and media to discuss harm reduction based on evidence instead of the old fight between pro and anti-tobacco. Program 4 is SUI ESG Acceleration. This is social diplomacy. It turns Sampurna's social and environmental programs into real legitimacy, with a target of improving the company's ESG rating. Program 5 is the Anti-Illicit Trade Partnership. This is customs diplomacy. By helping the customs office fight the illegal cigarette trade, Sampurna becomes a partner that protects state revenue, not just a taxpayer. Program 6 is Workforce, Future Skilling, and the SKT Transition. This is workforce diplomacy. As the company shifts towards smoke-free products, it reskills its hand-rolling workers so the transition is fair and does not create social shock. The total budget for the first year is about $24.75 million US, and over 3 years it can scale up to more than 70 million. Everything runs on a quarterly timeline, from Q1 to Q4, with clear milestones in each quarter. So to bring it all together, 5 forces shows that the real pressure is moving toward smoke-free products. Diamond theory shows that the split between the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Health is the main opening. The value chain shows that the diplomacy must happen downstream in Jakarta. And the dual mandate means Sampurna must defend the old business while building the new one. If these 6 programs run together, Sampurna can move from being just a target of regulation to becoming a co-author of regulation. This vision is for PMI and Sampurna to become the pioneer of harm reduction in ASEAN, with its proof built right here in Jakarta.
Go.
This proposal is based on the frameworks of Porter, Bartlett and Gozal, and Cohes and Young, which you can see in the references on the screen. Thank you for watching. My name is Zola from Venus University.